right. Does this thing still work? Let's continue the YouTube fun here tonight. Did I miss anything while I was out on the ball field
You're
this evening?
MIA. You missed Heath. It was such
Ah.
a fun interview. So fun. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back and listen to it because we talked about everything. I feel, you know.
I was trying to look at his man cave behind him while he was talking, while I was
Yeah.
on the chain link fence, peering through, making sure that the laptop didn't get hit by a foul ball, making
Right.
sure you guys were on the air, making
Mhm.
sure that the girls were swinging the way they were supposed to be swinging,
Yeah.
making sure that everybody was still like locked on the air. Like I was so distracted, but I love his story, and I was so bummed I couldn't be on there tonight. So I was upset about that.
Yeah. It was an intimate one-on-one conversation.
It
I felt like,
was.
yeah. I felt like we got closer, him and I. So, you know, it was good. No, it was good. He's a fun guy, and I can tell, you know, just by, and I told this to him this evening. You know, the more I do these conventions with him, I'm getting to know him a little more and his personality, and he's just fun. You
Yeah.
know, he seems like a guy that you want to hang out with and have a beer or a drink and just shoot the shit with him. And I like
Yeah.
that. I like easygoing, you know, dive bar kind of hangout. And
That sounds awesome.
yeah, it's fun. And I'm a simple girl. I don't need much in my life. And friends like that are cool.
Hey,
So
and Rhino told us about that. Rhino said that Heath is one of those guys who will do that. He'll hang out with you in the bar if you
mhm.
know and chat. So
Yeah. Yeah, I like that about him. So I think everybody's going to love the interview. I know I did, and hopefully everybody enjoys it.
well, as my gift to the Eyes Up Here world, I would like to show you something that I'm not sure you've seen before. One of my favorite angles of all time involves Heath and involves a group of young, hungry talents that were making their way through the shark-infested waters of WWE, and they were called the Nexus. There was a big N behind Heath's head that I saw. So that's why I want to bring this to you. Have you ever seen the Nexus debut on Monday Night Raw?
I might have, but it's been a very, very long time. So, you know, you'll obviously refresh my memory. I'll tell you, like, oh yeah, I remember this. Because you know, I don't know if this was part of the time that I was actually watching their programming. I'm not really sure. Like, I've seen Heath on that, you know, on the program, but I remember him with his long, flowing, beautiful reddish blonde hair.
Yes.
That my husband compared me to. He did a side by side when I got my hair cut over a year ago when I went to WrestleCade. Remember when I went lighter and it was like
Yes.
he put me and he texted it to me. He's like, look, you look like Heath Slater now, and I was like, what? So yeah, I do remember him with his long hair, but I just love the I got kids gimmick.
That was great.
Yeah, because that's
That-
like representing every human being in the world, and you know, I got kids, pay me. I need money. I need to work. I love it.
I heard him talk about Brock, but the little segment he did with Brock is great, where he goes, "I don't give a shit about your kids," and then he drops them. But so the Nexus was actually 6 degrees of the fake ECW. The Nexus was spawned out of the rebranding of the fake ECW when they brought NXT to the airwaves, and it was a contest. It was a game show. And the first season of this NXT was a rookie was paired with a pro. So each week they would have matches, but they would also have these goofy ass competitions that were not scripted, where the rookies would basically be humiliated on air.
Oh, so he told a story about when he went in. Oh no, a different story. Okay, never mind. He told the story when he was paired with a legend.
That was when he was on Raw, when he was kind of by himself.
Yeah, with Vader. And
yes, every week a new legend would come out and beat him up.
This is the story you're going to pull for YouTube.
Oh, I will. I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
I've never heard that story before. The way he told it, you're going to pop because you probably never heard it either.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, it's really good. I wrote it down to tell you. Pull that for YouTube, the Vader story.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what they basically did was they had the fan vote. Somebody would get voted off every week. But there was rumors that at the end of it, whoever got the final, NXT championship, victory on this game show was going to get a title shot, right?
Okay.
That was going to be the victory. Well, it ended up being Wade Barrett, okay, who's still there, is now an announcer. But there were rumors at the time they were going to try something different. And what they did is they took all the rookies that were both heels and baby faces, and they put them together as a group. And they said, this group is now going to be like, we're like taking over NWO style. We're taking over, but we're the young guns taking this place by the balls, and we're going to crumble it from the bottom, right? Heath was a huge part of it. So
he was the leader.
No, he was like Wade Barrett was the leader.
Oh,
Heath was like a consigliere. He was like 2 or 3.
Oh, the 3-man band. He was the leader.
He was the leader of the 3-man band. So what we'll watch is the night that the Nexus debuts on Raw, because at the time, this ending to Raw was on another level. And when we'll talk about after how it after and what they did with it. Because after you see it, you're gonna go, license to print money is what you'll say.
Oh, okay.
So I already fast forwarded a little bit because they debuted this angle during the main event, a huge main event. It was John Cena versus CM Punk, and CM Punk is under a hood because he had shaved he got his head shaved by Rey Mysterio, so he was covering his head with a mask. Did you ever see that? It's kind of funny. Okay. This is the date, by the way, June 7th, 2010. So that's where you were in your life.
2010. Oh my God. Yeah, my daughter was like 1, going on 2. I was probably not watching wrestling that much. So refresh my memory, please.
I will. So here we go. The Nexus. You see this here? All right, so here we go. The Nexus interrupts the main event and reap. What does that say? Reap destruction. Raw. All right, here we go. We're picking up from here.
Oh, look at all the views it has. 93 million?
Yep.
Jeez Louise. Holy crap.
Okay, so here you go. So Wade Barrett comes to ringside. Nobody knows why, and he's got this thing on his arm.
Look, Kate. What's this? Oh, my Lord. They're all over the place. They're right out here in front of us.
I see Heath.
You see that there's Ryback, too.
What's going on there? There's chaos in ringside.
I see Bryan Danielson.
Yep.
Or Daniel Bryan. What was his name?
He was Daniel Bryan at this point.
Daniel Bryan. Okay.
Got himself some help here. They just taking out his opponent.
Darren Young.
Darren Young. Yep.
Okay. Look at names sprouting off names.
David Otunga.
Okay.
Married to Jennifer Hudson.
Right.
PJ Black.
Didn't Wade Barrett used to date Alicia Fox?
Maybe.
She dated one of the British guys, or.
So right off the bat, they're debuting this rookie group, and they're going after John Cena.
Why not? Oh, what's that kid's name?
Justin Gabriel. Right. Later known as PJ Black.
Yeah. Okay.
Michael Tarver is the guy with the mask on his face.
Okay.
Way ahead of his time.
I was going to say COVID. Was that his gimmick? He wore a mask like that over his face?
It was just, it was like one of his little things.
Oh God, that would make me sweat.
They were chanting Wendy's and
oh, his hair's so pretty though. Look how
he had some cool hair.
It's very pretty.
But so now you got so look what they do. So this is fascinating.
Matt Striker. Oh, who's that?
Lawler.
Oh.
So nobody anticipated this.
Not even the writers? Oh, poor Jerry. Oh my. The cameraman?
That was Mark Eaton,
Oh.
timekeeper.
Feisty bunch, aren't they? Why are they so mad?
Now watch this. So look at Justin Roberts.
Oh, I know what happens here. So Brian chokes him with his tie,
Yes.
and he gets suspended or fired, or
he gets fired.
Okay. I remember this part.
But you know, like you didn't see Justin Roberts getting physical. You didn't see him getting involved in anything at this point.
That's a shame. And did Justin like bitch about it?
No.
No,
it's just that Danielson went on his own and did it. But look at the brawl. Look at what they're doing.
I know. Well, they were told. That's what made it edgy. What do you think? This is a shoot?
When I remember at the time watching this with my mouth open.
Oh, because you're a little Mark boy.
Because you were like, this is cool. Like, holy crap. They're actually doing something cool for once. I may or may not have had a Nexus t-shirt.
You may have. I'm sure you did.
Purchased at Madison Square Garden.
I'm sure you did.
The Mecca.
The Mecca. Oh. The crowd's kind of like, what's going on? It's got that dull silence going on.
Right, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Cheer. Oh. So, getting back to Justin Roberts, was Daniel Bryan fired because he wasn't a worker and he took it too far?
I just think he was fired because it wasn't supposed to be done. I guess that would have been it, right? Because he wasn't a worker. But I can't see Justin Roberts complaining about it.
Justin's pretty cool.
It looks like they edited it out of this too.
Do you know that Heath worked there for 15 years?
Yeah. There you go, big clothesline.
His hair's just flowing. So pretty. My hair looked exactly like that when I went to WrestleMania. It's the same hair.
Now you go from that to look at it. You go from that clothesline to this clothesline.
Oh. Well, there was nothing wrong with the last clothesline.
No, but you go. This is the meat hook clothesline.
He looks different.
Oh, here's Punk. Now Ryback was known as Skip Sheffield.
Is that his name?
Yeah, the corn-fed Colossus.
Oh my God.
Money written all over it.
It sounds like a news announcer. And now, the traffic report is Skip Sheffield. Poor John. He needs a friend. They always called Darren Young the Black John Cena.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that? And then they were just standing next to each other. And I was like, yeah, they do look. Oh, God, look at him. Come on. Get real. Get real, people.
How do you not think that this is going to be an amazing angle just based off of this right here? Oh, Tarver stepped in his way. Let me skip a few minutes forward here. Look at the mayhem. Look at this. Look, Justin Roberts is down. Luke Gallows is down.
Luke Gallows, I love him.
Lawler's down. Stryker's down. Matt Stryker of the MLB Network, by the way.
Oh, is he? Is that where he works?
Yeah, he works for he's on 3 o'clock on the MLB network.
Good for him.
He does like a gambling show.
That's good. I wondered if he was still in wrestling. Wow.
I mean, this is I just remember sitting there watching this in stunned disbelief that they went this far with a closing angle of a Raw. They hadn't done anything like this in years.
Yeah. I'm not yawning because I'm bored. I'm just yawning because it's very late.
It's late. I get that. I wasn't saying it.
No, I'm saying it to the people watching. Whoever watches this, I'm not bored with this angle.
Let's try to see if there's anything else. So they got to say send off Cena. There's Lawler underneath.
Oh,
Striker's crawling to him. Look, John Cena's got the thumbs up on the way out. The consummate good guy.
I'm good, man.
What do you think of something like that?
I love it. I love that kind of stuff. It's unexpected. You know what I mean? Like you said, you didn't expect something like that. They're exposing the ring. They're beating up non-workers. They're ripping up. They're throwing chairs up the aisleway. Like, it's cool. It's different. It's something like a rebel group would do, and it's getting them all over as monster heels.
No announcers talking. You know what I mean? Like silent. I just
nobody knows what to say.
So they then go on a tirade for weeks, and they beat up everybody. They crush Bret Hart in a limo, right? They smush him in a limo. Mm-hmm. They beat up Vince McMahon. They beat up the Undertaker. They beat up Edge and Jericho and all these guys, leading to SummerSlam, which is going to be Cena and his team versus the Nexus, right? So Cena's team ends up being all the guys that the Nexus took out. So it's Edge, Jericho, Cena, R-Truth, Khali, and Bret Hart is the 6th guy. And then Danielson is the 7th guy because he was fired and he wanted retribution on the Nexus for not protecting him.
Oh, so his firing was a work?
His firing, like they worked it into like the storyline.
Oh, so he really wasn't fired?
No, he was fired. He was legit fired. And the next week on Raw, they were like, oh, well, we had to make an example of somebody. So we got rid of Daniel Bryan, right? Right. But he was legit fired for that incident with Justin Roberts. But they brought him back. No, they brought him back
quickly.
That in about 6 weeks for SummerSlam. But in that time, Danielson went back to the Indies. Yeah. In that 6 weeks. And so they bring him back as the mystery partner. So it's 7-on-7.
Okay.
Apparently, the story goes 2 weeks before the Nexus was supposed to win, and the day of, there was creative changed, and the agent handed the finish to Wade Barrett, saying John Cena 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Oh, he couldn't wait.
The verdict was Vince told the Nexus, well, we don't want SummerSlam to end on a sad note. Mm-hmm. But it's because this guy didn't want to do the JOB.
Do you think it was John, or do you think it was a higher up call?
Oh no, I think it's been said that it was Cena.
It was John.
Changed the whole entire outlook of how it was supposed to go and completely killed the Nexus. Like,
well, that's a shame.
Here's their wings. Snip, snip. Completely killed them. So unfortunate.
Yeah. And you get paid the same if you win or lose. Like, who gives a shit who wins?
Yeah, but guess what? Nobody wants to buy the T-shirt of the losing faction,
Yeah, but they would still, as many times as John Cena gets his ass kicked, they still always bought his merch.
Well, okay, yeah, from his perspective, right. I don't get, well, that was when he was the top guy, and he was protecting that spot like crazy.
But still, he wouldn't have lost this spot.
I don't get it. He was the only one around. Who else were they going to give it to? So yeah, it's very weird.
It's an ego thing.
It killed Wade Barrett. It didn't really end up killing all those other guys, because then Ryback, he got injured. He comes back, has that big push. Heath stays around for 15 years. 15
years.
He really had the longest run of them all. But it just what just sucked is how they ended up disbanding. It ended up being like a little bit of a fart in church. And
it's amazing how things can change in the blink of an eye in that company. Like
Yep.
1 minute you're here, 2 seconds go by and you're gone. It's like, what the hell, you know?
1 minute
Crazy.
you're on top of the world, the next minute you're some schmo working in a box factory.
It happens. That's what it is, you know?
That's a Simpsons line, by the way.
Okay. But there, you know, when you go back and listen to the interview, he tells us, you know, how he got himself into one of the angles that, you know, pushed him up the ranks and helped his career there. And it's like, if you don't open your mouth, like I said, every shot you don't take, like you miss every shot you don't take. You have to shoot your
Right.
shot. You never know. So he opened his mouth and it paid off for him, because sometimes, you know, you just got to take a chance and hope that it works out. And even if you don't get what you want, at least you tried.
Yeah.
And especially in that company, it's very intimidating, and it's, you know, you're walking on eggshells. But if you don't push for what you want, they're just not going to put you over. And it's
Yeah.
unless, you know, they're enamored with you, or you know, you're a top guy and you can dictate what you want to do. But that's not the way it works there. So, you know, the story that he tells, which you'll hear, it's a good one, and I'm glad it worked out for him. But not everyone is as lucky with Vince McMahon, I will say that. So
No, that's
he was.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I was at Madison Square Garden about maybe 3 weeks after they debuted, and it was they were a surprise run-in during the main event, and they got the hugest pop, like
Good day.
ungodly. I mean, Hogan would probably be one of the only louder pops I ever heard in the Garden.
Really?
Just because they weren't, you know, they weren't announced. Nobody knew they were there. They came through the crowd just like how they did in that. And
Yeah.
they similar thing. They didn't destroy the Garden like they did Raw. They just completely, you know, like took over the main event. It was, oh, man, it was Sheamus and somebody, but oh my God, just lightning in a bottle. And they
Yeah.
just
Missed
was like,
opportunity.
yeah, we'll
It's
just
a
keep
shame.
that. Yeah, we'll just keep it on there. So
That's a shame.
yeah, but there you go. So you saw the Nexus.
Yeah.
Very
And it
nice.
was a cool angle. It reminded me of like the NWO. It reminded me of, it kind of a little bit reminds me of when Shane did the Halo to Gary
Yeah.
with, you know, it was kind of the same vibe, you know, smaller arena. Obviously we were at the ECW arena, but like the same feel, like the crowd didn't know what the hell was going on. And we were getting beat up by fans legit. So
Can't imagine. Can't
Yeah.
even imagine.
It's all in good fun.
Crazy. So, all
Crazy.
right. Well, we will get out of here for this YouTube member extra.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time. But hey, again, if you want to know something or see something or want us to watch something, please
Let us know.
So we got to get this chick to bed. We got to get
so
you.
Sorry, I've been up so
We got to get
early.
you Betty by.
Yeah, I was up early today and it's late, but we, you know, ran back down for you guys. So hope you enjoy it. Yeah. Hope you enjoy this, and let us know.
You're the bomb.com.
That's right.
All right. Well, for the Queen of Extreme, this is the Chadster. We will catch you on the flip side.